Welcome to Deep Thought. Execute your plan. Execute. Because that's the thing. That's the thing. I talked about developing your ideas into a plan. Talked about getting what you need for the plan, the tools. But at the end of the day, you have to execute your plan. You have to make it happen. See, I know on this channel I talk about thinking. I talk about deep thought. I throw out philosophical stuff or some general spiritual stuff, not relating to a specific path, right? I talk about it. But too many people, they get caught, they thinking about it too much. Or they get caught up into the paralysis of analysis. You get people who will just sit around, they'll just think about it, talk about it. Heck, they'll have the ideas, start sharing it with people. You may have some people who have similar ideas. Okay, y'all talking, and talking, right? And you might even get the stuff that you need. You might even get it. As I say, as a writer, I got like the, it first started with the pen and the pad, as computers got better, started putting stuff there, still keep pens and pads though. Right? I put my notes on pens and pads for the y'all writers up there. I don't type them. I put them down. I would just let it flow. But anyway, right? Okay, all that's cool. Execute. I use myself. As I always say, I like using myself for an example. Because just to let y'all know, I'm on this path with everyone else. I'm on the path with everybody else. When the writing thing, when I decided to want to be a writer, okay, I had the idea, Ron, be a writer. Had some ideas for story, okay. I got what I needed for it. I put them down, wrote the stories down, typed them in and everything, right? I still had to publish it. I still had to execute. I still had to actually do it. Okay, using the writing example again, what if I had, and I've seen people who would do this. They'll have an idea. Okay, check. Plan for the idea, had a plan, get the idea, turn the idea into a plan, rather. Have a final go. Okay, check. They will actually physically go get all the stuff they need. They will get it. They'll get the pen and paper or whatever they need. If they making cupcakes, get all the stuff, they'll get it. Then Ron would hit them up later, say, oh yeah, how's everything going? Oh, well, I ain't got started on it yet. I'm like, why not? You got all the stuff you needed for it. They haven't done it yet, though. They come up with all these excuses. There are people who will get the tools or they'll have an idea for something and it's sitting in their place like collecting dust. Like with this pandemic, right? Gyms were closed. I'm a gym person. The gyms were closed, right? And, the gyms were closed and it was, a lot of people would buy like exercise equipment and stuff. Even before the gyms were closed, they buy exercise equipment, right? Or, something to do all this stuff, put themselves in shape. They don't use it. They don't use it. See, that's an unfortunate thing because it's bad enough people get the ideas and they don't do anything about it. But honestly, it's just as bad to get the tools to execute the idea, but they don't do it. They don't write down stuff. They don't start cooking. They don't start exercising. They don't make any moves. And they got it right there. Like I said, a lot of times people get stuff and it sits there and collect dust. Especially with the exercise thing. How many people got exercise stuff at home and never used it? But it could be anything, right? You have to execute your plan. See, I mentioned this, 1,000,000 years from now, humanity might be at the point where we can just snap our fingers and something manifest. because we're just that powerful. We're godlike. We can just manifest something like that. Okay, yeah, a million years from now, but right now, you have to do it yourself. You have to execute. You actually have to go do the work. Now, in some spiritual traditions, in many spiritual traditions, they see God as outside of them. But then other spiritual traditions see God as inside of them. An analogy would be we're a drop of water in the big ocean that's God, which means we have the same general traits, but just on a way, way smaller scale. So whereas the deity, the supreme being, could just make something happen just like that, it might take us several years to create something, but it's still execution. We still have to do it. We still have to make it happen. Whatever your plan is, you have to go out and do the work. Your plan might be just simply like developing your body into a chiseled specimen or something. Okay, you got the idea. All right, fine, click. You got some exercise equipment at home or you join a gym. Okay, fine. A year from now, your body hasn't changed. Why not? Did you actually go to the gym? Did you actually execute that plan? This is very important. And this is very important. It would seem like it would be easy, but no, it's not. Because I'm going to tell you what. One of my main things, even though I'm known, my primary thing that I get money for and I'm known for is talking about development for men. Because that's ultimately what my thing is. People think it's just getting women, but ultimately it's development. If anybody actually read my stuff, yeah, it uses women, but that's almost like a carrot. It's about development, doing the work, executing. You actually have to execute. You want to create something. You want to make that plan a reality, that vision a reality. You can't snap your fingers, and make it happen. But you can work to make it happen. It might take years. It might take years. You might want to build a house from scratch. You have the skill. You have an idea of building a house from scratch. I actually know some individuals personally who can build a house from scratch. Okay, you have the idea. You get the tools. You still got to go out there and execute. You have to go do it. So many people, they and I've said this on my channels where I'm telling men, how to get women. It was like, you still got to go out there. We got a lot of people who sit around and talk and talk and talk. I'm like, okay. Did you go out there, talk about women? It's like, did you actually go out there and talk to women? And I'm very big on that. I would ask some people who hit me up a lot. I was like, well, have you gone out there? Have you executed? Even for the stuff I talk about, have you executed it? And I've asked guys that. I'm known for talking about body game. I was like, well, all right. You got your body in there to get some women. Even though people try to say the other thing. Oh, I ain't doing it for the women. Yeah, you are. And did you execute it? Or you got some other idea about approaching? Or what you could say to a woman. Okay, did you go out there and try it? Did you execute? And I say it like that. It just real quick. I say that there was an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where they had Worf's brother Kern on there, right? But he didn't know, Worf didn't know that was his brother at first. It was part of like a officer exchange program between them and the Klingons, right? And so he got on the bridge and he told the helmsman what to do, Wesley Crusher. And he was like, gave him the coordinates and then he said, execute. That's why I say it like that. But you got to execute. You got to just go out there and do it. You can have all the ideas in the world, and trust me, I met some people, they got so many ideas, it's scary. Yet they poor. That's like, okay, which one of them did you execute? Even if you fail at least you executed it. You actually did what your plan is. That's very important. I know this channel is called Deep Thought, but the thought is actually, if the thought has to lead to action, otherwise it's no good. So get out there. Execute whatever plan you got, whatever ideas you got, put them into that plan. Get the tools you need for that plan and then execute. So that's all I got for today, y'all. Have a great weekend. Peace and blessings.